Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie and I'm a campus recruitment manager for our Mater Dei Catholic High School from Amerigo Education. Thank you so much for joining our virtual event today. Our topic is to explore university level STEM research and facilities at Mater Dei Catholic High School, and I will be focusing on the academic science of our school. So let me present my presentation slides. This is the table of contents that I will be talking about for our event. First of all, we will meet our student ambassadors, and then I'll briefly introduce the Mater Dei Catholic High School with some general information. And then we will talk about the details of the Academy of Science, sharing some college results, and we will get the questions from the chat box, and this will be the time that you ask any questions you have to our student ambassadors. And at last, I have a video from the Dr. Till from the Academy to share with everyone here. So first of all, let's meet our student ambassadors today. First one, Althea, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone's here. Okay, I'm a sophomore at Mater Dei, and I'm part of ASB and vice president of one of the service clubs here.
Thank you, Althea. And Floria?
Hi everyone, I'm Floria Lee and I'm a junior at Mater Dei Catholic High School. Ignore the picture because that was from my freshman year, but yeah, I'm involved in all the activities listed above.
That looks good too. Thank you, Floria. And Sahini?
Hi, my name is Sahini Modi. I'm also a junior, and just as Floria said, we were young and dumb as freshmen. We've definitely changed a lot since then. But all the activities listed are things that I participate in, and I do a few additional things on the side. Thank you.
You girls all look great, and thank you so much for joining on the meeting today. And first of all, I would like to introduce you with some general information of the school. So Mater Dei Catholic High School located in Chula Vista, which is very close to San Diego in Southern California. The school is the Niche ranking A, and the school was built in 1960. The campus moved to a new building, which our Mater Dei Catholic High School locates right now in 2007. So that's why our students now have like very modern and new facility and new buildings to use. It has 48 acres, and it's a co-ed school that offers grade 9 to 12. We have a total of 981 students and 25 international students. This is some photos of the school. We have very modern and state-of-the-art outdoor swimming pool, which was used by the US Olympic swim team for training in 2018, which is very impressive. And we also have a lot of like athletic facilities such as a waiting room, such as a wrestling room, etc., tennis courts, basketball courts. The students can participate in various sports here at the school as well. And we offer 33 AP and honor classes, as well as dual credit courses that cooperates with the Southwestern Academy here in San Diego. So the student can get both high school and college credits while studying here. There are some more photos of the school, and we have like 100 more, like 100% of the class of 2019 attend the college and university, and we have a faculty to student ratio of 1 to 16. 80% of the class of 2018 were accepted to US News top tier universities, and 70% of students receive a perfect AP score of 5. 92% of students receive an AP score of 3 or higher, which means we are college prep and the students are very academic prepared. We will talk about an internship that were placed in 2019 by the Academy of Science, and we'll give more details to you through the Academy of Science internship. Here is a list of the AP honors dual credit courses that are offered here at Mater Dei. You can see there are many very interesting courses, such as like staging, speech, arts, science. If it's like introductory courses or advanced courses, you can find it here at the school. I have a brief school tour video prepared here for you, so you can take a look at what our modern campus look like. It's very, very beautiful.
Welcome to Mater Dei Catholic High School, the home of the Crusaders. Founded in 1960 as Marian Catholic High School and relocated to Chula Vista in 2007. Mater Dei remains committed to academic excellence, innovation, social and emotional well-being in a nurturing Catholic environment for our 1,000 high school students. We are a global community of future leaders, committed to forming a culture of giving. We are family, we are Crusaders, we are Catholic. Nestled on a 48-acre state-of-the-art campus, Mater Dei is home to the renowned Academy of Science, Aquinas Center, and Language Academy. We are committed to sustainability and have welcomed many student-led projects, such as our water stations and solar-powered charging stations. And our students have an amazing track record of college acceptances based on the impressive high school resumes they build at Mater Dei, which include internships with some of the most prominent research institutions in San Diego and beyond. We offer academic excellence in a university setting with a small community feeling. Each one of our students completes a diverse array of courses, providing them with the foundation and opportunity to be prepared for the next level, regardless of their learning style. Mater Dei offers SAT and ACT prep classes throughout the year. We offer 26 AP and honors courses and 6 collegiate courses. Mater Dei is the only high school in San Diego to offer a college-level science course on its campus. Last year, 89% of students received a passing score on their AP exams. Our students graduate from Mater Dei with confidence to succeed in college. Mater Dei students are currently attending these top-ranked schools.
Okay, thank you for watching this video. So that video gives you like an image of what our Mater Dei Catholic High School looks like. And then we will talk about our flagship program, the Academy of Science. So everybody in San Diego, when they talk about the science program, they will definitely think of the Academy of Science program here at Mater Dei, why it's so famous and why it has been so successful. And this is the time that we get to introduce this program to you. And feel free to ask any questions and feel free to put in your questions in the chat box. We'll get that at the end of the session. Okay, so we'll so he need to start with the like some basic information about the Academy. So Heini.
Hi, okay, so the Science Academy started a few years after Mater Dei High School moved to its new location. It started 13 years ago, and at first it was very small and it wasn't really too well known, but it's grown greatly since then. And we've been able to grow a lot, especially with our relationships with like schools such as UCSD and USD, which offer a lot of our internships. And then Dr. Till was a trailblazer for the Science Academy. She joined Mater Dei in 2017. She is a PhD in water resources geography from the University of Colorado, and she also has a master's in geography and urban planning from San Diego State University. Until 2021, she was the head of Science Academy. However, she joined the Water Board, which is a government organization essentially that helps manage water resources for San Diego County. So she devotes a lot of her time to that, but she still makes sure to help out Science Academy students, and she does still teach classes at our school. Furthermore, the Science Academy has taught a lot of students how to nurture their passion for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And a lot of times students conduct university level research, take advanced courses, participate in internships, and most of all, they receive mentorship from our teachers and the mentors that they work with in their internships and just throughout whatever products they encounter in our Science Academy. Next, going on to the different grade levels in Science Academy. So for 10th graders, that is basically the entry year for Science Academy. So all 10th graders who want to be in the Science Academy take Science Academy 1. And in this class, they learn how to apply their sciences to the world through projects and field trips. So it's more of a hands-on learning approach. And students a lot of times also partake in competitions with other schools and learn about a lot of different scientific fields. For example, we had I think it was like a robot making competition. That was, I think Dr. Till took a lot of the leadership in that, and there were a few students who participated and we ended up winning. And then students also learn how to create an academic resume and how to start applying for both internal and external internships, which will be described a little more. But that's definitely been something very helpful. I think me and Floria, and maybe even Altia, can all recognize how much that's helped us and how much easier it's been to apply for things instead of starting from scratch. And then Science Academy 1, it's different from the Science Academy 2 and 3 because it's an introduction to Science Academy 2 and 3. So it's much more hands-on than the other sciences. And instead of sitting in a classroom and just listening to lectures, you make sure to really get involved in whatever you're learning. And a lot of times students can pick up a lot of different interests. They're introduced to things such as meteorology, environmental chemistry, biology, physics, marine biology, engineering, and even more. And the goal in the first year is to kind of integrate all the subjects in STEAM subjects and solve real world problems. Next, we'll talk about the Science Academy for 11th graders. So 11th graders take Science Academy 2, and they can get credit for Science Academy 2 through any STEAM course offered at Mater Dei. So that's a lot of the AP sciences, but there's also some art courses like AP Art History and 3D design that students can take to get credit for this class. Also, a few of the college courses like psychology, human geography, and physical geography allow for credit for Science Academy 2. Now, Science Academy 2, unlike Science Academy 1, focuses more on the content than Science Academy 1 does. Science Academy 1 is more about learning it in real time, whereas Science Academy 2 emphasizes a more kind of normal learning throughout it, like in the classroom. So you sit down and you listen to whatever content you have for your class. And then students do still partake in projects, especially Dr. Till's geography courses. For example, she started something called Re-Oak California. It's a way to plant trees and help aid against climate change. And a lot of people have been participating in that. Juniors, seniors, sophomores, whoever wants to can kind of join. And then students in Science Academy 2 can also apply for higher level internships that are much more suited to whatever career they may pursue. So Science Academy 1 is more about trying to figure out where you are, what your interests might be, whereas Science Academy 2 focuses more on really refining that interest and making sure that your future is panned out for what you truly want. And then a lot of past internships include science and art subjects such as aviation careers group, plastic surgery, Fleet Science Center, which is a big science center in San Diego, Living Coast Discovery Center, which is a marine biology center here, and then a few different performing arts ones, and a lot from Scripps Institute of Oceanography and University of San Diego and the SCAGS department at UCSD, University of California, San Diego. Now, 10th, we said 10th graders take Science Academy 1, 11th graders take Science Academy 2, and 12th graders get the cream of the crop and they take Science Academy 3. So at this point, a requirement for Science Academy 3 is that an internship has to be completed before you enter Science Academy 3, because Science Academy 3 focuses on kind of completing the student's work and putting it out into the world so that they can describe it in a way that's going to make sense to other people. So usually students in this course create a college undergrad level research poster based on a summer internship, or sometimes even an ongoing internship during the year, based on a topic of their choice. And then students then present the poster at STEAM night for the school. And students are able to learn how to correctly present their findings, which a lot of alumni say has come in handy for their future endeavors. And they also learn how to properly format their posters in a more academic way, especially because the people in Science Academy often go on to higher learning. So learning this earlier helps them a lot when they are actually going into other research for undergrad. I think this is all Tina.
Yeah, so what is STEAM or project-based learning? Well, STEAM-based learning is a program for students to work in an environment that prepares you for college-level classes. So rather than sitting in a normal classroom and taking notes, STEAM-based learning helps students to develop the skills they need to succeed in the future. So, because the Science Academy helps students to establish and develop STEAM fundamentals for college, introduce work-based learning and hands-on research, and lastly, explore potential careers and real-world skills. STEAM-based learning has a focus on the arts and sciences, which teaches students to have well-rounded skills needed in workplace and especially higher education, such as critical thinking and problem solving, communication, collaboration, and lastly, creativity and innovation. I think these skills definitely prepare high school students for college and overall life in general. So, next slide, please. Okay, so in addition to regular coursework for Academy of Science, students have the opportunity to participate in projects, labs, and activities outside of school in partnership with organizations such as San Diego Zoo Safari Park, SeaWorld, the Hub's Fish Hatchery, San Diego Harbor Sailing, the Museum of Art, and Balboa Park, and there's definitely many more. For like example, as a sophomore, this year I was able to attend a research lab at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, and the San Diego Zoo Global contributes to the recovery effort of vulnerable species. During that time, I was actually able to do a lab in their research center where we learned about the reproductive state of elephants. We were able to learn new skills, such as using the ELISA, which is actually a biochemical test for diagnosing. It was definitely a great experience for real world research, and we even got to have some free time around the zoo. So I believe the Science Academy does provide a great experience for students. And then like another example would be the Hub's Hatchery, which is the research center for SeaWorld. And then students got to learn the ropes of chemistry, engineering, and aquaculture. Then speaking of like the Hub's science program, one of the projects ongoing right now is called the SEABASS in the Classroom highlight. It's in partnership with the Hub SeaWorld Research Institute. And it allows students to develop like an interest in engineering and chemistry. And students get to personally grow, feed, monitor, and release live sea bass in the classroom. And it increases student awareness of aquaculture benefits, such as like we learned about sustainable food production, reduction of countries' reliance on imported seafood, and an increase in jobs that revitalize our working waterfronts. Originally, the program was initiated to provide students in Southern California the opportunity to learn about aquaculture by being able to raise white sea bass in their classrooms to release into the ocean, which you can see in the bottom picture right there. That's why one of our classrooms in the Science Academy actually has a built recirculating marine aquaculture system for white sea bass. And because we have this system in one of our classrooms, the students actually got to help with system maintenance, water quality monitoring, feeding, and measuring, weighing, and tagging live fish for health inspections with seafood, which is the top photo over there. And then I do believe that like personal experiences that can be provided in the Science Academy are very important in certain subjects for college, like marine biology or civil engineering. So I do believe those really help students develop those skills before college and getting prepared for that. So another one of our projects is called the Earth Bench on campus. And it's kind of in the middle of our campus. We have an earth bench, and an earth bench is actually made of plastic soda bottles filled with like landfill trash to be like the bricks and foundation of the bench. And then the entire bench will be covered with clay, sand, straw, and water. And another thing about it is that I thought with students to charge their lessons, and this was completely done by the students themselves. They work on this project every time, and it does provide an introduction and empowers us to clean up your environment. We prepare structure to building material and learn about more building techniques. And then the next slide will actually provide some more information and background on our earth bench and this idea.
And here's a video from the Latter-day Catholic High School, and you can see that how that earth bench was built at the beginning.
Hi, my name is James Harper. I am an engineer, mechanical engineer by training, and I'm going to be going to get my PhD in sustainable engineering at CU Boulder. One example of sustainable engineering is what we're doing right now. We are making a bench out of non-recyclable trash and earth, pretty much. This is a combination of dirt and sand in correct proportions to make something that resembles concrete. And we're going to be building the structure behind us. And this is going to be a bench for students to relax on outside. It's going to have electricity for charging laptops. And eventually, you know, in 100 years when this ends up disintegrating just due to normal use, it'll go back to just being part of the earth. So that's an example of sustainable engineering, and all my students here are very excited about this, and we've been working on this for how long, guys?
The whole year.
The whole year, and then you guys have been working on this for almost 2 years now. So it takes a long time, but the end result's gonna be pretty awesome.
And here are the requirements to enter Science Academy. As Sophie has already previously introduced their Science Academy 1, 2, and 3. And for you to enter Science Academy 1, you enter as a sophomore, but there are certain requirements for your freshman year, which includes having earn a B+ or higher in their math, science, and English courses, and also like the minimum cumulative GPA of 3.25. And those are just basic requirements that I would say almost all of the students in Latter-day can accomplish, since we have a lot of them gaining academic excellence rewards, which is awarded to the students with 4.0 GPA or above, and it's like a lot of them. And for Science Academy 2, it's also basically the same requirements. They have certain requirements of the grade in math, science, and English courses, and they have a higher GPA minimum requirement, which would be 3.5. And since it's also just Science Academy 2, it's not a course itself, it's like a course that is composed of a lot of science courses. So as long as you have taken one of those courses listed above, which would be any of the AP science courses, AP calculus, which should be the math courses, or even any of the art course, you'll fulfill the Science Academy 2 requirement. In the Science Academy 3, that one is a little bit more special, since you will need to have accomplished a pre-approved internship. And Science Academy offers both internal and external internship. So for the external internship, you apply yourself and then you give it to our Science Academy monitor, which would be Ms. Morris. And then if she says this internship is okay, then you'll do your internship throughout the summer, turning a senior, and then you'll use that internship for your poster night or the STEAM night that I'll introduce later on. And for the internal internship, there are internships offered by either USD or UCSD. And if you apply, you'll apply internally through Science Academy. You fill out the form and you do interview, and then you're granted a spot in the Science Academy internship. And then once you complete that internship, you fulfill one of the requirements for Science Academy 3, and then there are also obviously minimum GPA requirement, which would be 3.75, and you also need to just maintain the basic English and math courses grade requirements. So for a diploma, there are two types of diploma for Science Academy, and this is a diploma that goes along with your high school graduation diploma, and it looks really good on your resume since you essentially graduated with a specific STEM high school program. And the two types of diploma, one is the honors diploma and the other is just diploma itself. They basically have the exact same requirement, except that the Science Academy diploma is has a lower minimum grade requirement for both the weighted GPA as well as the courses in their science and math and for the Science Academy itself. I remember in previous years, I see a question. I'll answer it at the end. But I remember in previous years, the Science Academy internship is actually not required for the regular diploma, but it has changed and the internship is now required for every student. I am not exactly sure if the regular diploma still requires participation in the STEAM night, but I would say most students graduate with the honors diploma as well, since the GPA requirement is not like incredibly high. It's like 3.75, yes. And then the grade requirements a B+ or above. So as long as you participate in everything required by Science Academy, you do your homework, you listen to the teacher's instructions, you will graduate with an honors diploma. And here are the internships that we've done in the past. Most internships came from UC San Diego and USD, which is University of San Diego. And I'm actually participating, I'm going to participate because I'm turning a senior. I'm going to participate in the USD organic chemistry internship. And UCSD requires citizenship, but for me, I'm international student, so I can't really participate in that. And also it's a huge obstacle for me in anywhere outside of Mater Dei, since all the external internships essentially also require citizenship because they need you to have a work permit and so that they can pay you stipends. But I would say Science Academy gave me one opportunity that is so precious because I would not have gotten it otherwise. And they allow me to participate in the internship at USD, which actually waived the citizenship requirement for international students so that I can participate in it. And I also heard from Ms. Morris that if you did not get a chance to participate in the internships, although it is an entry requirement for Science Academy 3, but because of your special circumstances, such as not being able to participate because of your citizenship status, that is okay. And you can just do your research project and do some research and on the topic you want to talk about itself. And then you can do your poster night based on that. So apart from the internship stuff, there are also just 1 week or 2 week camps that you can attend that are also counted as part of the internship. I have not personally attended any of those camps myself, but I've heard that, for example, the environmental science camp last year, what they did was they went to a beach and they collected water samples from the sea, and as well as like the quality of the sand to see if our earth is developing normally, basically. As for the internship, they're much longer and they need you to devote a lot more time because it's usually 6 to 8 weeks and mine is going to last as long as 10 weeks. And they need you to have 30 to 40 hours per week devoted on the whole internship. And you will be working with one of the professors one-on-one in the university and probably 1 or 2 other undergraduate students on a certain research topic. So here's one of the aviation camps. So here's the,
Go ahead.
sorry. So here's the STEAM night that I kept mentioning, and it is in 2018. So it happened in person since that was before the COVID thing happened. And as you can see later in the video, they went to the theater and they have the physical printed out posters, and they'll be on the stage presenting. And here's the screenshots that I took that were from last year, that from the STEAM night, and they're online because of COVID. And I figured that people probably just think it's kind of easier to do it online, since people can just log into Zoom and go into whatever hoster night they want to listen to, and then they can choose their topics. And there are a lot of fields in environmental science, medical, engineering, math. So they have a variety of options. And actually on the top row, the middle one, that girl is, her name is Melina, and the one research she did was actually the professor that I'm going to work with this summer. Although we have different topics, but you can see that the professors are quite expertised in their specific topics, and they have really, really advanced topics to talk about.
Thank you. We just couldn't emphasize enough on our posters. It's these posters that really stands you out on your college application pool and helps you to get you to a very elite university. Thanks, Waria. And because of those posters and because of the Academy of Science, we have been receiving a very renowned universities across the country, such as Boston, such as Columbia, MIT. We actually have been receiving college acceptances from MIT consistently every year, and we also got many acceptances to Yale, UPenn, Stanford, Northwestern University, Caltech, etc. We will give you some student testimonials that we got from students, for alumni and also some seniors from this year. Floria, can you introduce Marku to everyone?
Yes, I interviewed Mark Koo myself, and he is the student of our year that got into all of the universities listed on the left, like Brown, Princeton, UCLA, Stanford, Cornell, UCB, which UC Berkeley, and USC. And he committed to Stanford eventually. And in the interview, I asked him about his internship for Science Academy.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Would you like to self-introduce a little bit?
Yes, so my name is Mark Allen Koo. I am a senior here at Mater Dei Catholic, and I will be a student at Stanford in the fall.
Great. Did you attend Science Academy?
Yes, I did. I did Science Academy my sophomore year, where I was a part of the garden group. So I helped. I mean, you can't see it from the video, obviously, but I helped out with the garden. I helped plant, the native plants and stuff like that. And then I did Science Academy my senior year, which is basically where I did an internship over the summer, and then I presented my findings and my research that I did during that time.
Can you expand more on your internship?
Yeah, so I started interning at a law firm downtown called Brian Kenneth Johnson Visa Law, BKJ Visa Law for short, and I did that at the end of my sophomore year all the way to a few months ago. So I was interning there for about 2 years, both remotely and in person, and basically I just helped. I was just a regular legal assistant. I just help with filing, give my boss coffee, and I also did legal research specifically in the area of military immigration, and I learned a lot about how immigrants join the military and undocumented people in the military and things like that. And that's what I presented for my Science Academy project. It was about how military law and immigration law kind of intersect. So yeah.
How do you think the internship helped you with the college acceptances?
It was obviously, I'd say, my biggest accomplishment in college or in my high school career. I did not really do sports that much. I did tennis for 2 years, and I also did marching band for a year or two, but most of the stuff I didn't call in high school was work experiences and stuff like that. And my internship was a huge time commitment. Not that other internships aren't as good, but I did do my internship for 2 years, so it was a pretty extensive thing, and I worked on it from anywhere between 5 to 20 hours a week. So it was if you know how the Common App's formatted, you have to rank all your extracurriculars, and my internship was by far my biggest one. It's the one where I had the most accomplishments. I had a recommendation letter from my boss, and obviously I don't really know specifically what was in the recommendation letter, but I know that definitely helped me get into the college that I got into.
So where did you get into?
So the top 3, I guess, well, okay, so obviously I got into Stanford, that's where I'll be attending in the fall. I also got into Princeton, I got into Brown, Cornell, and I also got into UCLA, UC Berkeley, and USC, and a few other colleges, but I think those are the ones that people want to know about, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course, thank you for having me, yeah.
Thank you.
And Ryan Gapsky, he graduated in 2019, and he was also the student that was well known even until right now. And he got into a lot more universities, all the universities that are posted on the wall, Brown, Yale, UCLA, UCSD, and everything. And he, according to Mark, we did not actually get to reach out to him, but according to Mark, he did an internship for a congresswoman in Washington, D.C. personally. And he also talked about this internship in his Science Academy poster.
Thank you, Floria. And Sohini, do you want to introduce everyone Ahansa?
This is Aranza Mendiola. She is a student at Mater Dei. She's a senior. She is going to Columbia in the fall on a full ride scholarship, and she wants to be an engineering major. She applied to a few less colleges than Mark Koo, but she did try for high colleges such as UCLA, Stanford, UCSD, and UCI, which is UC Irvine. And I think she can say the rest in the video.
Okay, hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Aranza Mendiola.
Okay, and what universities were you accepted into, and as what major?
I got accepted into Columbia University as an engineering major.
Any others?
I had to withdraw applications, but I applied to Stanford, MIT, UCLA, UCSD, and UC Berkeley.
Okay. And then how has Modern Day helped you find your interests?
Through Science Academy.
Please expand on that.
Okay, they inspired me to look for internships, and I did an internship over the summer with UCSD, and it was really interesting and introduced me to like areas of research and different activities.
Okay. And then did Science Academy help you gain more interest in your high school experience?
Yes.
Okay. And did you do an internship poster or?
I did.
Okay. Can you
Okay,
explain what that was on?
it was about astrophysics.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I did it about the internship I did at UCSD. It was can't really explain it right now, but it was like using machine learning to classify stars and planets. Yes.
Cool. And then what is your favorite class?
Here.
Yeah. Like any of the classes you've taken.
Campus ministry.
Okay. And who is your favorite teacher?
Miss Morris.
And why?
Because she's great. She is very helpful and she's really nice, and she helped to guide me along like the whole journey, and she's really smart. She wrote all my letters of recommendation, so yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just another quick note about Miss Morris. She is the current head of Science Academy, and she works tirelessly to make sure that all the students have an internship that they want and that they actually like and that will suit their best interests. And she is also our AP chemistry teacher and a few of the other science, she teaches a few of the other science classes, but she is amazing and definitely will help anyone who comes to her.
Thank you so much, Sahini. So this will be our last video we're going to play in our presentation tonight. And we have a message from Dr. Teal, who was like a previous chair of the Academy of Science, and she's very experienced. And this is a message from her.
I'm the coordinator of the Academy of Science program at Modern Day Catholic High School. We have an Academy of Science here that we think is a unique opportunity for students from all over the world to attend. It is a 3-year program. The sophomore year, students are invited by their counselors to join the Academy of Science. And in that sophomore year, the students do advanced math and integrated with science. We have a focus on medicine and aerospace engineering and environmental engineering. In the junior year, the students are invited to take an advanced placement science class or a college class. We currently teach more college classes here at Modern Day than any other school in South County, and we also teach a college level science class with a lab that I get to teach. It's an Earth Systems Science class, great for environmental science and environmental engineering. The senior year, in the summer before the senior year, the students go and do an internship, and they can do it, and these are the posters right here. So this is a poster from a student who did an internship at University of San Diego on arsenic and soils. This is a student who did their internship at the University of California, San Diego, the School of Pharmacy, on neglected tropical diseases. And the final poster over here, this is an internship that a student did at University of San Diego on lung cancer. So we also have internships at San Diego State, University of Southern California, University of California, Los Angeles, Harvard, Stanford. There are many opportunities that we offer our students. Last year we placed 140 students in internships completely. Once the students finish their internship, then they work with me in their senior year. During that senior year, they create this poster. Usually this poster is done by a student in college, somebody in their 3rd or 4th year of college, and that's how we modeled their posters off. We went to UCLA and saw how the college students at UCLA were doing their research posters off internships. They complete the poster, and they present it, and this is where it gets great. This information, then we translate that into college admissions applications for students all over the world, especially this format fits very good for University of California. MIT loves our posters, and Yale, that's another school. And then we work with them for the next month or so to get the best college admissions application in, and also to start working on scholarships. We have been very successful in the Academy of Science in getting students placed at top tier schools throughout California and on the East Coast, private schools, such as 2 years ago, we had 2 students placed at MIT, for example. And the system seems to work well. We also have a great counseling department that works with the Academy of Science. That's something recommended by the National Research Council on the Sciences, that the counselors should be working with the science teachers and professors. So that's pretty much what our students do. They're amazing. We don't know what's going to happen to this group. This is the group that is right now waiting on applications results, and stay tuned. In a month or so, we'll know.
That's good. Awesome. Thank you so much for staying with us for this video and all the presentation. And we are now having the Q&A. So feel free to put in your questions in the chat box, and we'll have our student ambassador to answer directly. So our first question is from Lauren. So based on the requirements, students can register to the level where they are qualified. They don't need to attend level 1 to qualify to be on level 2, etc. Is it correct? So I'll give this question to Sohini. So Sohini, can you get this question to Lon?
I'm pretty sure Lon left the meeting. However, we can still answer the question for everyone else. Based on the requirements, it's not on a basis of requirement. Everyone is required to do what is at their grade level. So if you were a sophomore, you have to take, and you want to be in Science Academy, you have to take Science Academy 1. You can't switch to Science Academy 2 or Science Academy 3. As a Science Academy 1 student, you can take courses that would technically count as a Science Academy 2 course, such as, like me, I took AP Art History as a sophomore. However, when I went to Science Academy 2, I still needed to take a course that would qualify for that year. So no, you can't like go to the level where you were qualified.
Okay, thank you, Sohini. The next question is from Nelia. So can international students have internships at the universities, or they need to have the work permit? I guess this question is to Floria. So Floria, can you take this question?
Well, before I answer that, I just want to clarify on a little bit on the requirement thing. If that person is asking about if they can like take Science Academy 2 in their junior year without taking Science Academy 1, I believe so, yes. They don't need Science Academy 1 to go into Science Academy 2. However, on the diploma section for the requirements, they do specify they need a minimum grade for Science Academy 1, Science Academy 2. So if you don't take Science Academy 1 and 2 and just go into Science Academy 3, it won't be really beneficial and you won't get the diploma. And then about the internship thing, a lot of, I would say most of the institutions in the United States do require a work permit for the internship because they need to give you stipend. That's like the definition of internship. You directly work with one of the people and they pay you for it. And I believe international students can also get a work permit. They just need to pay some money, and it's a lot more complicated than the local students. So I don't exactly know how the legal system works for that one, but they would specify that you need a green card or citizenship. However, for example, like internships like USD waived the internship requirement. So like, for example, for me, I know Ms. Morris, like the head of Science Academy, also worked really hard to get that requirement off the list for international students that we can also participate. So internships are possible. It is really hard outside of Science Academy, but because of Science Academy, we get to work around it and still do an internship.
Also, to add to that, a lot of times internships that are like at other places, like I was accepted into an internship at Boston University, but I turned it down for one at home at UCSD. They do, they instead of paying you, you have to pay them because you have to provide money for the like food and dorm that they provide you. However, a lot of times it's harder for international students to get into those programs because they need US citizenship or because they have limited spots for international students.
Thank you for the supplement on this question, Sahini. So like long story short, I guess the answer to this question is yes, the international student can have internship at the Academy of Science. So the last question is, how many students are there in the Academy of Science? And is there a limit in the number of the students who can join or anyone can apply? Althea, can you take this question?
Yeah, for the amount that can apply, I don't really think there's a limit, but you do have to qualify for certain, well, if you want to enter at Science Academy 1, you do have to qualify for like getting in, where is it? Like the requirements, you have to be able to have like an earned B+ or higher in the math, science, and English classes, like Floria said. And for the total amount in Science Academy, I'm not exactly sure, but in my class there is like around, we have like around 22 of us to like 1 teacher ratio. So but yeah, definitely when it comes to the limit, it does depend on your grades and how your GPA is if you want to enter as an incoming sophomore for Science Academy.
Awesome, thank you. And Floria, so I have another question for you. So can you also give us more details of how Ms. Morris help you to find the USD internship with I think it's organic chemistry, right?
Actually, she likes me a lot from AP chemistry, so I did kind of like go around the system because it was when she first posted the information about the internal internship, it was really specifically only to US citizens. So I was like, I did not even fill in the application since I thought I wasn't qualified for it. But then later on, I asked her if she can talk to the professor to waive that requirement for me. And then she did reach out as well because yeah, she likes me a lot. So she asked the professor and the professor said that's okay. And later I realized that she actually reserved a spot in organic chemistry just for me since she didn't, it was, the other two was on math and engineering and the other one was on biology, but it was like evolutionary biology and environmental biology. So it's not the field that I was really interested in, but the one she gave me was on organic chemistry and pharmaceutical research. And we essentially just add boron into some pills to like locate it inside the human body. It's a really complicated process. But yeah, when I realized she did that just for me, and then she also reached out to the professor just for me, I was kind of just moved. And she just said, if you want to do this, just send me an email, fill in all those questions below, and then you'll get it basically.
Awesome, thank you for sharing, Floria. I think the next question is from Nelia. So if international students coming the year 10 or 11 and didn't study freshman year at Mater Dei, can she be considered for Science Academy? Will they test the student upon arrival? I think Flora kind of like mentioned this question like before. So transfer student, they don't need to have like Academy of Science 1 to be going to Academy of Science 2. For students who arrive here at the campus, they will, like in general, they will have like an English proficiency test and also math placement test to determine their English and math course levels. And as long as they meet their because they are transfer, so they will have their previous transcript that provides the course information and also their scores, their previous classes, and if that class meets the requirements of the Academy Science 1 or Academy Science 2, I think they will be able to go to the next level. So thank you for this question. Let's wait for one more minute and see if we have more questions coming, or that will be the end of our meeting today. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sohini, Althea, and Flora for attending this event tonight and to present everyone with more details of the Academy of Science. And thank you, Flora, to also share your experience as an international student participating in the program. And we hope you all have a very great internship this summer. And thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a good day. Good night. Bye-bye.